Really good sprint to close the programme with. This is a Class 2 event. It's over the 1,200 metres, headed by CJ. Barrier 10 for him. He'll still roll forward with Tommy Berry in the saddle. Mr. Genuine, a three-time course and distance winner. He's come up with the inside alley. Perpetual Joyance, a course and distance winner, 2 starts back. Super Fluke into this class for the first time, but completed his hat-trick last time out. Fortune Bobo, a roll forward. Key Witness will go back, a last start course and distance winner. Fortune Booth, he was a course and distance winner on debut. That was back in October. And Blocker D now takes the place of Bravo Watchman. Saddlecloth number 12 for him. At the touchscreen once more for this final race, Brett, and Fortune Bobo and Fantastic 8, they like to roll, and CJ as well does too.
He does, yeah. I wouldn't be actually surprised if CJ potentially was able to show enough pace to sort of get outside of Fantastic 8, and they both rolled over and set up 1-2 positions with Fortune Bobo just taking a little sit in. If that's the case, I think it certainly favours the 1 and the 8, but they do look the 3 main sort of pace rivals in the race. Blocker D should potentially be able to slot in handy. Perpetual Joyance is in great form. Of the back markers, Super Fluke has got slightly better barrier, so he might even be vying for that spot there just ahead of Blocker D. I think if he does get that spot there where we've got him highlighted, that'll be an ideal scenario for him to potentially make it 4 on the trot.
All right, so a couple of midfield variants, but loads of pace, Paul.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it, with the pace? The first one we'll look at is one of those pacemakers, Fortune Bobo. Did win last start at massive odds, Fortune Bobo. And here he is coming down. He's taken no ill effects from that particular win. And his track work, as you can see, he's going tickety-boo here in the mornings. Next one is Fortune Booth. Now, he's only had one start at Happy Valley, did win it. It was an impressive win on that occasion. Don't know if he is totally suited by Sha Tin, but you can see he's going nice. He's just getting his head up. If anything, he's keen. He can get his head up at times, this horse. Blocker D, I thought I'd show him because you don't want him. Sometimes you think they're forgotten horses, these ones that come in. He's a horse that loves Happy Valley, going well. Now, he's come up the early favourite. I wonder if there's some confusion. People may still think it's Blocker D.
Bravo Watchman.
Yeah, I think that potentially is a little bit of a scenario, and I would think that he would probably drift out a little bit in the betting as we get closer to start time, because his form of late hasn't been as probably good as it has been in the past.
All right, well, let's start things off. We've got a number to take into account here. We've got Mr. Genuine, ultimately finishes in 3rd spot. The other horses to take note of here. Fantastic 8, we know he's got loads of pace, only wants out of the first 4. Super Lifeline, who's out wide, and the other one being CJ, who we discussed having loads of pace as well.
Yep, I think Fantastic 8, Paul's probably worth a little bit of a forgive. He did pull up lame at the end of this race, and it didn't all sort of pan out for him in the middle stages.
Yeah, totally. Total forgive for this one. He, as you say, they held him up a little bit. I think he needs to just jump and run, and he did have that lameness issue, so we'll forget about that. Mr. Genuine is always that. He's always a genuine horse, isn't he? And always runs well.
Yeah. He's got to stack more weight to carry Mr. Genuine. That's probably the little sort of negative against his name, but he's never been going better. And like Paul said, Fantastic 8, I thought, all credit to him, he still ran particularly well, all considered.
Yeah, our Kippers didn't run that well on the weekend, did he? But I still think the form will stand up. Next one we're going to have a look at is Super Fluke. So the hat-trick landed last time out. He's done it in great style, goes up in class, but deservedly so. Yeah,
if you look at the rating span of this race, it's actually a soft class too. It's a 75 to 95 as opposed to an 80-100 rating span. So it's the slightly easier type, which is a great opportunity for him to notch up his 4th victory. He looks a different horse with Dennis Yip this season, and I think he'll get an ideal run in the race, so he gets his opportunity.
Yeah, I've definitely got him in there. I think he's going really well at the moment. He always did show the ability, and now he's Dennis Yip's getting the best out of him, and he did beat Simply Brilliant, who did run well on the weekend as well. Yeah, so that form was not too bad.
All right, OK, so big chance for him, Super Fluke. Fortune Bobo, he's one of the pace angles, of course, and out here in front with a number of the usual suspects in behind, but still the form looks good.
It does. I sort of look at the form here in Class 2 as probably a lot stronger. He, of course, won here over 1,000. He is a horse that's won over 1,200 at the Valley in the past, but I see this race having a lot more depth, and I think that might just find him out in the end. I think he'll run well, but I think class might overhaul him in the end.
Yeah, 1,000 metres either down the straight at Sharton or here, I think. Suits him a bit better than 1,200. So I'll go without him in this race.
All right, he has won over the 1,200 before, but just looking at that, they were getting to them, weren't they, late? So it was Money Boy.
Yeah, and he hasn't tried Class 2 yet, so he deserves his opportunity, but I get the feeling, a bit like Paul, that there might be just a few bit better.
All right, that's some of the pace then. What about Key Witness, who we fully expect to go back, as he did on this occasion, and try and rattle home?
As a younger horse, he was able to really produce these good turns of acceleration like he did on this occasion at Shartin at Happy Valley and win, but that was when he was progressing through the grades. He'd had a number of chances at the Valley to sort of do this in previous starts to this win, and he wasn't able to. So now I sort of look at him as a horse that is better suited to Shartin. For that reason, I'm going to sit on the fence. He'll be rattling home late, but he's going to give away a start to some very talented horses, and with a shorter straight, it's a negative.
Yeah, and there's Simply Brilliant running second again, so you can get a sort of a... You know,
he was beaten on the weekend, but it was still a good run.
Yeah, it's still a really good run. He's had 3 seconds now. So, look, I've left him out, Brett, and the wash. I think it's a really nice race. This.
All right, very competitive though. Paul, who's on top?
Yeah, well, on top, I'm going to go with Fantastic 8. We'll give him another chance here. I just really forget the last run. Prior to that, his form was superb. Super Flute looks the one to beat. Mr. Genuine's very consistent. We'll give Fortune Booth a chance back here at Happy Valley. 8, 5, 2 and 11, QQPs.
Yeah, I think there's a couple that could sort of sneak in the exotics at a price, but like Paul, I think the most likely winner comes from 5, 2 or 8. Super Fluke, Mr. Genuine or Fantastic 8. Gone that order. I've thrown in Perpetual Joyance. He's in great form. He has had 5 goes in this class, never won before, just one placing, but he's really going well. So 5, 2, 8, 4. I'm going to play a trio here, and I'll throw in Key Witness into that trio just in case he does rally late and sneaks in for third or something.
Yeah, I got the same 4 numbers as you in actual fact, Brett, but Mr. Genuine on top. All right, straight into the stats then, and the one we're looking at this week, Paul, is National Willer and his records here at Happy Valley in sprints.
Oh, he's riding the course very well, and you can see he's had the 39 rides for 10 wins, 4 seconds and 4 thirds. He's got a good win rate there of 26%. Now you've got Moment of Power, which obviously I think's got a massive chance, so I think he can run really well. He's also got Sparkling Talent in the first, which I think can run well, so I think Nash might be in for a good night. But you can see the stats there for Moment of Power. So some of these jockeys ride Happy Valley very well, and he's obviously one of them.
He might be a little sneaky in the jockey challenge.
Touch of deja vu here with the best bets.
Yeah, we just talked about it, didn't we? So we're going to make it Moment of Power. Nash Royler, there he is. I just think he can either lead or he can sit in behind if the pace is a bit silly. And my long shot's Pearl Warmore. He's finally got a good draw. He's currently a $12 chance, $4 a place. I think that's a nice price. He'll be at double figure odds. And for my play of the day, I'm going to go back to Moment of Power's race. Wayfung Vinny, I think, will run well, as will Encore Boy. So let's box those up in Quinella and Quinella places, Brett.
Good idea, Paul. I'm going to go with Sharp Mind for the man with the tiger scarf in Umberto Rispoli, or Boa Constrictor, as somebody else mentioned. Coeur Volant, my long shot. I thought he ran terrific first up, the old fellow. 3-7, he's the long shot for Alberto Sanna. And I don't mind this play of the day. Contributions see me now in good choice ahead in the first leg of the TTQQP.
All right, so we're going to the feature race, the January Cup for me, and the Golden Age. I think he's working towards the Derby. He's going to be a big player there. Lightweight from the front, Matthew Chadwick, the Golden Age, race number 6. And the long shot, he's still an each-way price, which I'm a little bit surprised about, but Winning Faith, the last start course and distance winner in race number 7, Alexi Bedell in the saddle. And the play, Dr. Win-Win, Mr. Monty and Winning Faith. 2, 9 and 10 in that race number 7, which will just about do us for the day to show. Saturday meeting coming up though.
We do, and of course a Bollywood theme at Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Are you dressing up, Brett?
No. Okay. No, I'll be dressing warmly though, because it'll be a little bit on the cool side.
All right, so quick backup then on Saturday. But that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, Brett and the rest of the team, hopefully we'll see you at Happy Valley when we will be racing to win.
Good evening.